Breaking news today. Call. Assimi Goita and President Putin meet to talk about security and the economy. Security and economic ties were reportedly discussed between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Mali's junta leader Colonel Assimi Goita on Wednesday. During the phone talks, at the initiative of the Malian side, the two leaders paid particular attention to trade and economic relations, including the delivery of cereals, fertilizers, and fuel from Russia to Mali, the Kremlin said in a press release. As the Kremlin put it, Colonel Goita thanked Putin for the humanitarian aid provided, as well as for the help given to ensure security, neutralize the terrorist threat, and stabilize the situation in his country. Since the outbreak of militias and separatist insurgencies in the north of the landlocked Sahel state in 2012, the country has been facing a security crisis. Since August 2020, it has been ruled by a military junta that has turned to Russia for political and military support in its fight against militias, breaking a long-standing alliance with France and other Western partners. In March 2022, August 2022, and January 2023, Russia sent military supplies to Mali. Russian aircraft began arriving in March for use by the Malian military. Very satisfied with my telephone conversation with Putin, Goita tweeted. They had direct and sincere exchanges about subjects of common interest and on our desire to strengthen our diplomatic, economic, and security relations, he said. Putin assured Premier Marrero that Russia would help Cuba overcome the challenges posed by the U.S. economic, commercial, and financial blockade. According to Place news agency, Putin told a meeting at the Kremlin that Russia will make every effort to have economic cooperation help overcome the difficulties imposed from abroad. Moscow and Havana continue to deepen their ties in key industries like energy and tourism despite the current complex reality. Marrero, who is in Russia for official reasons, reaffirmed Cuba's position that it opposes Western sanctions and any effort to isolate Moscow within international bodies. The premier expressed Cuba's delight at the development of bilateral cooperation aimed at elevating economic and commercial relations to the same level as political ties between the two countries. Marrero Cruz stated that he and Michal Mishustin discussed increasing trade and economic ties between the two countries despite the difficulties posed by new unilateral sanctions from the West. After attending the Eurasian Intergovernmental Council meeting and the Third Eurasian Congress, the Cuban premier's official visit to Moscow is complete with a meeting between Putin and Marrero. The Cuban Prime Minister will be present at the International Economic Forum in St. Petersburg from June 13 to 17. We reserve the right not to publish any comments that we deem to be in violation of our site's policies. Putin reiterates determination to back Cuba against U.S. blockade. This is a good news for very men.